communication skill needs to be good. Imagine you are in an hospital industry and you are behaving like a machine with a patient. That's not a great communication skill. You need to have an empathy over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that I mean the communication skill. You can develop those. You can work on them and be part of that business as well. And the best place to learn is their own businesses' websites. You look at their websites, look at the case studies available, look at the LinkedIn sites of theirs. Okay, you will get to know a lot of information, and you don't have to pay for any of these information. They are available in plenty. And the best today source is ChatGPT. I mean, you want to do a research on a company like Amazon,
ChatGPT should pay you.
right?
Please can you tell us a little about that industry and why students should look at it to build a career today?
I used the term business services, not necessarily it's the standard recognized term, to categorize wide-ranging businesses that are operating today and providing huge opportunities to work. So, some example segments, the Amazons of the world, okay? I mean, Amazon is just one industry which is known so much, but there are many similar Amazons. So you have Flipkart, you have many such smaller entities which are available also. And plus, they also employ large number of people. You have another Swiggy, Uber, Zoom, all these companies, if you see, Zomatos, they all hire a lot of people. And I'm not talking about the delivery boys in these companies. I'm talking about there are a lot of people who work on the operations, managing the operations. What you see, delivery boys and courier boys are the last mile people, but there is a lot of work which happens behind them. Plus you have staffing industry, recruitment industry, the hospital industry. Hospital chains have become a big business model today. And every hospital chain employs large number of people for managing various things in the hospital. I mean, it is no more a clinic management where there is a doctor and a nurse and everything is done. I mean, today it's almost like a corporate setup even in a small hospital. So the opportunities for job exist even there. Now, the reason why I grouped all of them together, because they don't form under the general understanding of IT or BPO or KPO kind of segment. Now, these industries today are growing. And if you see, there are many startups, small, medium scale companies are also coming in this area. This is the segment where you would possibly get a all-round exposure if you try to get into these organizations.
And these organizations are open to students with any graduation or undergraduate, postgraduate courses.
See, today, the way I see it, the graduation has become only a prerequisite for you to get into any job. I mean, 30, 40 years back, it was not true. You want to get a job in mechanical engineering industry, you need to be a mechanical engineer, otherwise you don't get it. I think today it is not true. Today, your graduation is just a kind of passport for you to apply visa anywhere in the world, right? So you can get into it. The key again here is twofold. And in fact, it's the business services where some of the skills becomes very, very important is your learning ability, your communication skills. They are very important here. And when I say communication skill, I'm emphasizing it is just not the language skill, because many of the business service requires you to be only in the local language. But your communication skill needs to be good. Imagine you are in an hospital industry and you are behaving like a machine with a patient. That's not a great communication skill. You need to have an empathy over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that I mean the communication skill. And you can develop those. You can work on them and be part of that business as well.
Are there specific job portals that give you exposure to only these kind of segments of jobs, which is the business services?
I don't think, at least I am not aware of it. Maybe there are something which has come up. But job portals have these categories. I mean, the general job portals will have these categories. Hospitality industry, hospital industry, they have these categories. But I am not sure if there is anything which is dedicated to this industry.
So you're saying that if the student or a aspiring, person looking to build a career starts playing to their own strengths, they can actually find a right fit for them in any of these business services industry.
Yes. Today, skills have become, just to give you another example to remember, portability is something which is commonly known today, isn't it? You are using Vodafone, the number can be ported into Airtel,
Yeah.
right? You don't lose your number, the number just moves over there. And today, I think PF has become that way,
Yeah.
right? So portability is something which is standard terminology used in almost any migration that you do today, right? Job skills have also become that way. Your skills are required by multiple industries. So you don't need to think that you need to spend your life only here. You can always move from one industry to another industry. So, and sometimes people also move from one function to another function.
I mean, this sounds like the perfect space to be in because you'll never be redundant, you'll never be out of a job.
Exactly. No, but there is a big caveat I will give you. You will never be out of the job. You will always be wanted as long as you have learned and kept learning. If you think this is what you are supposed to do, this is what you will do, you don't need to learn and you are already the best person in this world for this, forget it. But if you constantly learn new things in this and use this opportunity to learn, you can move from one industry to another industry very easily. So I will give you a classic example in the recent time when the hospital industry started look more like a corporate. Earlier hospitals used to look like a place for sick. Now hospitals look like a corporate, isn't it? Some of the hospitals you go, their rooms are almost like a five-star hotel.
Five-star hotel, yeah.
Right? So believe it or not, some of the people at the reception in the hospitals were hired from the hotels.
Oh.
Right? And logic is very simple, isn't it? Who knows how to receive people best? Hotels receptionists, isn't it? And they move over there. Housekeeping. You just take an housekeeping manager or housekeeping staff. They are absolutely portable across these industries, isn't it? But provided you understand your job beyond transaction, otherwise it won't be possible.
So what kind of skills should a student, a third year or a fourth year student develop to get into this business services sector?
So one of the most important thing that I think students will need to start focusing on at their third year itself is if they have decided to get into these sectors, they need to start learning about these sectors. Start reading about these sectors. Learn. And based on that learning, you will know what are the key factors in this sector. So for example, I'm just taking an example, in hospitality sector, your communication skills, your behavior skills are very, very important, right? In a sectors like business service operations like Ubers of the world or Zomatos of the world and things like that, your ability to crunch numbers are very important because you're dealing with large numbers, right? Large volumes, right? So each sector has its own dynamics. So it's important to learn about those businesses, those structures. And the best place to learn is their own businesses' websites. You look at their websites, look at the case studies available, look at the LinkedIn sites of theirs, okay? You will get to know a lot of information and you don't have to pay for any of these information. They are available in plenty, right? So you will understand. And the best today source is ChatGPT. I mean, you want to do a research on a company like Amazon.
ChatGPT should pay you.
Right? And I'm serious user of ChatGPT and I know how beneficial it can be. Okay? And please understand, it is something that you can learn from there. And once you learn from there, you will know what skills are required. Once you know what skills are required, you have Udemy's and Coursera's of the world to get those skills for you, either with certificate or without certificate. All these learning platform provides you skills. And now the best part, The government of India has an NPTEL, which offers you free of cost. We don't use them. That is the problem.
Common theme that I've identified throughout our conversations is that actually there are so many jobs available in the market today. It's just that students are so myopic in their view of looking for a job, which because of which they're stuck. And I really hope that students who are watching today are able to broaden their perspective and think of their career as, of these initial jobs, initial a stepping stone to grow, and not be have hang-ups on which brand to go for and I only want this. If you're flexible, you can just really fly and grow really
Any day,
rapidly.
any day. I just one important point here I would like to say this, and I've told this to the group of students when I've been visiting colleges to give lectures to these outgoing students. So some students asked me saying that, sir, there is a lot of loss of job in the market, so how we will get the job? I said, okay, tell me how many jobs you needed. You are a student, how many job you needed? You need only one job, isn't it? Right? Market doesn't have zero job today. Market definitely has more than one job. Why are you worried about whether the job has come down or not? You worry about your job. Okay, work for that. You will get it.
Yeah, true. I mean, somebody's always doing something. Why can't it be you? Interesting perspective, sir. And it was a great pleasure. Again, like I said in the previous episode, I really think this will be very useful for students and parents. Thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure. Thank you.